I'm Dr Madsen Pirie, President of the Adam Smith Institute. Welcome to our series, Economics for the Real World. Since Hammurabi ruled in ancient Babylon some 4,000 years ago, people have supposed that objects have value and that they should be sold at a fair price. On Hammurabi's surviving clay tablets are the fair prices he fixed on things, including everything from bushels of wheat to haircuts. Thomas Aquinas, the 13th century theologian and philosopher, said the same and tried to calculate the fair prices of things. More recently, the Scottish father of economics, Adam Smith, thought the value of something was made up of the labour that went into it. The theme was taken up by Karl Marx, one of the most important political theorists of the 19th century. He wrote that when the price of something was more than the value of the labour it took to produce it, this surplus value, as he called it, represented exploitation by an employer cheating his workers out of some of the value of their labour. Karl Menger, the founder of the Austrian School of Economics, published his Principles of Economics in 1871 and rejected the idea that value is determined by the costs of production. His insight was that value does not reside in objects at all, like some magic fluid that permeates them. No, he said, value is not in the object, but in the mind of the beholder. It is essentially subjective, because we value things differently according to our tastes, needs, and priorities. We speak of things having value, but what we mean is that people value them. There can be no fair price based on their supposed value, because they don't have any objective value. Things could only have a fair price if we could all measure their value and agree upon it. But we don't. Different people value things differently, and they can change their valuation as circumstances change. A glass of water in the heat of the desert might be worth far more to a sun-soaked traveller than a similar glass set before him on a winter's day in the city. Its value to us changes because it has no intrinsic worth, only a value that derives from people wanting it, and different people value things differently. What then is price if it doesn't represent the value of something? The answer is that it derives from how much people want something and how easy it is to obtain it. Price is determined by the demand for something, not the cost of producing it. If nobody wants something, then it has no value. On the other hand, if many people want something in short supply, its price will probably rise. Some economists talk of the equilibrium price at which supply meets demand, and they produce graphs to show it. But in the real world, there is no equilibrium price. It's because both supply and demand change from moment to moment. The economy is a process, changing constantly. It does not sit still to allow measurements to be taken. People's tastes, needs, and priorities change with their circumstances, and so does the value they put on things and the price they'll pay for them. If people did not value things differently, there would be no point to trade. The conclusion is that value lies in the mind, not in the object. And because we value things differently, we're able to trade and exchange and create wealth. There are no fair prices, only ones that people are prepared to pay.